Hello everyone, this is Satvik, and in this video I'm going to explain a POC of a bug that I recently reported on one of the top cybersecurity company, in which I was able to view all the sensitive details of the other users. So without getting any delay, let's dive into the video. So guys, first of all, really thank you for all your support. If you want to connect to me personally, you can check out my Twitter and the LinkedIn. The links are in the description below. And if you have any doubts and if you are seeking any help in the cyber security, you can check out my Discord server as well. The link is in the description below. So guys, I'm not only going to simply show you how I was able to find out, but I'm also going to share the process in which I was able to find this vulnerability out. So as I told, so this is a bug that I found in a cybersecurity company. So this company, let us assume that like abc.com, because of some issues and stuff, like I should because the bug is still under fixing only. So there is a company called abc.com which offers some cybersecurity features, like a kind of antivirus kind of thing to the general normal users. Okay, so we can you can think it like an AV company. Okay, so when I was started finding the bug on this particular company, finding bugs on this particular company, the first process I had done is I had done some basic recon. So in this basic recon, I was able to find out some technologies that this particular company or this particular website is using, as well as I had done some nmap scans to find out whether any service versions that are vulnerable or not, and also some basic stuff. Okay, and then I found out that these are not useful for me, because most of them are up to date. So the next thing that I had done is, in my workflow I always check for a GitHub recon as well. So I do GitHub recon, in which I was able to in which what I'll do is, like, I'll go to their company's GitHub repo, and I'll try to find out, like in GitHub we can always find out the source code of their applications or anything. So I had done some recon on their applications to find out some API tokens or anything like that, but no, it is not, nothing is there, nothing is available there. And so mostly I try to find bugs on abc.com, and that is my mistake, because like on the top domain or on the most visited domain, you might not find out the bugs. Even though you might find it, it will be a duplicate. So then what I was able to do, what I started doing is, like, I started doing something called as subdomain hunting, using some various tools. There are some various tools out there for subdomain hunting. You can choose your own, so that's completely your choice. And I was able to find out some subdomains that are interesting, okay. And one more thing that I was able to find out is, like, there is an application which is still under the beta, okay, which is still under construction kind of thing, which helps you in tracking phone. So it is mostly like, you can consider this like a Google Find My Phone kind of thing. Okay, so what you need to do is, you need to simply install that application on your mobile phone. You need to put down your what do you call your account details. Okay, and you need to give the location permissions, and that's done. Okay, and one of the subdomain that I found out is related to this application, which helps us in tracking the phone if it is lost. Okay, so I logged into that particular domain. So I logged into that particular domain. So let us think that's like ast.abc.com. So for understanding purpose, okay. So I found out this particular thing. I navigated a little bit. Okay, I navigated a little bit, and when I go to my profile page, so every website has something called as profile kind of page. When you click on that, you can view some data regarding your account. Okay, so I navigated to the profile page, where I consist of some details. And details, something like, as I told you, the sensitive details, it consists of like phone numbers and last latitude and longitude. last latitude and longitude as well. So latitude and the longitude, in the sense it's related to the location. Okay, and there is something called as pin. So for that particular application, for this particular application, track my phone application, there is also a pin, a security pin as well, and some emails and stuff, also addresses and stuff as well. Okay, so what I did was, like, I opened my burp suit running. So in the background, like while I was viewing all the requests, while I was testing how this application works, I kept my burp suit open, and I was able to find out something interesting. So let me show you them. So this is the request, guys. So if you can see here, so for the first time, as I told you, for testing purposes, I installed this particular application that the company is offering on my OnePlus 60 phone. I have my OnePlus 60 phone. My phone is OnePlus 60, and you can see this is a repeater panel here. And once I was able to view something which is related to API, you can see there is some API requests. Okay, like getting the device details or getting the user details kind of thing, and you can see some requests and kind of thing. Okay, and there is some cookies as well, but here you can see it is JSON kind of thing, a JSON mode kind of thing, where you can see something called as a user ID. So if you are a little bit familiar with something called as databases or SQL, then you must be familiar with something called as primary key. So most of the time, as I developed some applications in the SQL, so every user has a unique user ID. Okay, like if we both like if me and you are trying to install this application and creating an account, then you and me will get you and I will get a different user IDs. Okay, so it is like a primary key kind of thing. And you can see I got a 200 okay request, like it is a valid request, and you can see there is some data. I had obfuscated that because it contains a lot of sensitive data, but for easy understanding, I had only enabled to make you view the device name only. So here you can see the device name. So I installed that on my OnePlus 60 phone to test how the application works. Okay, and I was able to view some details like what you call email, the last shared location. Okay, the last time where the location has been shared, like latitude and the longitude, and some addresses kind of thing. Okay, so this is a bit sensitive data, like it should be only viewable to the only the user as well. Okay, so what I did was I was able to change this. I changed this particular user ID. You can see that it is my 39 168 639 was my user ID, and I changed that to 168 638 here. You can see the same request, I had changed the ID, and you can see that I was able to view the details of the other user ID, which who has the device name Asus. Okay, I don't have any Asus phones, but this particular user ID has, and I was able to view his last latitude and longitude, his pins, his emails, and a lot of sensitive data. Okay, like if this particular vulnerability was if a person like a black hat found out this particular vulnerability, then he can he can write a script, or he can simply throw this request to the intruder, and he can start what you call, he can start brute forcing on this particular user ID, and he can obtain all the user details. So that is a big problem, and this can sometimes cause a data breach. So this is nothing but a data breach. Okay, so that is it, guys. And so as soon as I found it, I reported it. Not only the 630, I had not only tested the 638, I had also tested some other user IDs, and I was able to view the details. It is such a problem, so I reported them, and right now it is under fixing. Okay, this particular cookie, there is no particular session management here, like as if you take a CIA triad, a confidentiality, integrity, and availability triad, so which defines some rules. Only the authorized user should only view his data. I shouldn't view other person's data. So it clearly indicates the failure of that, and they told that they will be fixing it by implementing some proper session management. So that is it, guys. On how I was able to with the sensitive details of the other users. And this is something, if you are familiar with, if you had seen my previous video, this is nothing but a broken access control. So there is no particular access control kind of thing here. And also guys, in the meantime, as I told you, there is an application. I also tried to view the source code of this application. So this is an Android application. I tried to view the source code of this Android application to find some sensitive data like API tokens and kind of thing, but I haven't found them. So those are some things guys that I had done in order to view the sensitive details of the other users. So as I told you, finding this kind of vulnerability is easy, but you need to choose the right subdomain kind of thing. Okay, like you can't always hunt on the same domain. Like if you can choose some domains which are less visited, then there might be some possibility of finding a vulnerability. So that is it guys for this video. I hope you found this video really helpful, and this is how the things get done. And also guys, if you have any feedback for my videos, you can make sure you check out my Google Forms link, which is in the description below. And if you really like this, make sure you like it and do share with your friends who are really interested in learning this content. This is Satvik signing off, and I'll meet you in the next video. Thank you.